Up, y'all? This is Deidre with One Shot Game, man. You already know how the motto go. You get one shot at life, but a lifetime to learn all the game you need to help improve your life. The choice is yours on which route you choose to take. Now, as I always say, you get two choices: the ability to faithfully settle in the life that has been set out for you, or the ability to pave a path towards your destiny. That choice is also up to you. So before I get into the title of my video, I want to say a big shout out to all my supporters. You guys are great. And even the ones behind the scenes, I see you too. So listen, check this out. The topic of this video is going to focus on the fact that if you are a kind, compassionate, considerate, think about other people, learn how to restrict access to that. You know what I'm saying? Because there are people out there that are dying to have a piece of that energy, because their energy count is very low right now. You know what I'm saying? And listen, let me explain something to you. A lot of these people could care less about what you stand on and who you are as a person. All they look at you as is a means of supply to feel good about who they are, which means they'll potentially come in and try to play you, thinking because you so nice you ain't gonna say nothing. You know what I'm saying? Until they get to experience the other side of you. That's why now it's very important that you restrict access to yourself. You know what I'm saying? Don't just be out there freely giving away your energy to everybody, being nice and kind to everybody. You feel me? Because there are people, again, like I said, that will take advantage of that. And it's in ways that's beneficial to you and how you operate. You know what I'm saying? But you got to know when to turn it on and when to turn it off. Because like I said, listen, I've learned to restrict access to myself, because if you play with me thinking it's not another side to who I am, you gonna end up in jail, literally, like for real. You feel me? with no understanding on how to get out, simply because you thought it was in your best interest to come in and try to play somebody with a good heart. You know what I'm saying? And listen, they're so skilled at what they do that they're never processing or understanding to the fact that you may catch on to who they are. They never think that would happen, because again, they've been operating in life like this for so long, until you show another side to yourself. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you have to give them the other version of who you are, so they can know, oh, you thought shit was sweet, huh? That's what you get for thinking wrong. You feel me? Because you got to think about it. These people operate in the world off studying behavior, and a lot of them use judgments on what they think a person may have, don't have. You know what I'm saying? What situation they may be in. You know what I'm saying? The comfort level of other people around them and how they treat the situation. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of these people operate from their pains and hurts. So because they study a people that may have different traits than them, those be the ones they go after. You know what I'm saying? The hardest. Because in their mind, they think they're the better person because they either got more than you. People flock to them more. You feel me? People want to talk to them and be around them more. But they have a fake persona. They're not really being real to these people, but these people don't know the difference. And so they usually oftentimes know which ones to go to, because it's like an energetic connection. You know, you remember them little zap things they had to zap the fly? I don't know if they still make them anymore, but it was like a button you press. You zap the fly and it make a noise. It's like that. They like get a scent and get a whiff to people that they know they can portray their facade to. You know what I'm saying? And if they feel like you are a victim, because again, like I said, people in everyday life, if you're around someone, you're monitoring their energy subconsciously, whether you want to admit it or not. Your body is automatically monitoring your environment, the people that's in it, what they're doing, how they're talking. And those people that have a fake facade are figuring out how to get in to take a source of energy. Because again, like I said, as a human being, your vessel is currency. Your vessel is energy. You know what I'm saying? Who you are as a person, a lot of it makes this world go round. We just were never told that, so we don't know. You know what I'm saying? But again, restrict access to who you are. You know what I'm saying? It's a way that benefits you to be able to show your true demeanor, but without allowing people to have access to you. You know what I'm saying? Because again, I'm telling you, they on a hunt like hound dogs right now, sniffing out good energy is what they on the search for. They don't know nothing else. You know what I'm saying? Because they're depleted. They're on this hamster wheel. You know what I'm saying? Of the cycle they've been stuck in. So they're exhausting themselves, and they're looking for a supply anywhere they can get it. Listen, I would tell y'all all the signs, but even if you're not aware or wise to who you are, you still won't pick up on them. But again, there are people who constantly got to talk to people. Like, they can't sit with themselves for 1 second. They got to be out talking to somebody, even if the conversation is stupid. You know what I'm saying? They make crazy noises with their vessel because somebody with high energy irritates their demons. You know what I'm saying? They switch clothes like, you feel me, a mannequin. You feel me? Like, again, this is because your energy is rejecting their energy, but it's not something that's spoken out loud. It's just you being able to realize how these people are moving different than other people. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, it's a very thing that if you pay attention to, you'll be able to catch it. But if you're not trying to improve yourself, you won't be able to catch it in someone else, because you'll be doing the very exact movements that I just named. So it's be like two mirrors facing each other. Ain't nobody gonna grow like that. It's when you're the opposite of what everybody else is doing. You feel me? I restrict access to who I am. I'm not as open as I used to be in the past. You know what I'm saying? I now realize how being quiet is beneficial. Not to let everybody know everything that you know about who you are, because then people feel like they have access to you. But there are people that survive off of attention that would think because you're not interacting or talking to people or have a big support group that you're the easy target. Absolutely fucking not. You're going to get a rude awakening. You're going to go to jail, literally. So if I were you, I wouldn't play with me. So when I restrict access, I'm protecting you. Because there are people, again, like I said, that will come in playing nice, and then once they feel like they got their foot in the door, they gonna betray you in some type of way. You know what I'm saying? Because they looked at you as the easy target to benefit and supply their energy. Hey, it's crazy and wicked, but it's so real. You know what I'm saying? And at that moment in time, it's almost as if like the reflection is displayed. You know what I'm saying? Because if you carry a certain energy frequency and you naturally embody who you are, and you go out into the world without hiding anything, without manipulating, without lying, you just are who you are. When you protect your energy and you pull back, people feel that shit. You know what I'm saying? Because there are so many people faking it, especially right now. It is a lot of people faking their identity of who they are. And it's not even just felt in their persona, because people got used to that. It's the energy that you feel. It's the actions that they do. It's the things that they say. It's who they are as a person on a daily. You feel me? It's exposed because, again, like I said, you can't wear the mask forever. At some point, it's going to fall. Especially when your energy source is low. When you are not having a supply to be able to pull energy from, your true face is revealed. And people see it now more than ever. So again, never take somebody's silence as, you know what I'm saying, them being abandoned. Never take somebody who chooses to stay away from the distractions as someone as an easy target, because if you decide to go after them, you might get a rude awakening and end up in a situation that you might not be able to get out of. You feel me? Because those people have studied and monitored betrayal and darkness just because of their true nature and kindness, and how they've been so open without having the boundaries or knowing what to do to protect themselves, that people came in and took their energy for granted and betrayed them. So more often not. More often, yeah, than not. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it happened so many times, but they couldn't change who they were by having a big heart. So they studied it, you feel me, and figured out a way to protect themselves for those people, you feel me, that don't realize that not everyone is playing kind and nice to get something out of you. Sometimes, oftentimes more than not, you know what I'm saying, there are a lot of people that operate like that naturally. They're just not around the people that's for them that thinks like that. So they tend to now figure out how to study energy to keep themselves safe, you feel me, without people even discovering the other side. Because again, you got to think about it, people with a certain type of energy that go after ones they feel they can betray, they are having another side to them too. But it doesn't be discovered if you don't even realize that they're coming in with a mask. You think that's really them. So the signs that are not lining up with who they showed you who they are is really them for real, which is the other side of them. But you'll tend to ignore it and act like you didn't see that. You feel me? So again, people who are naturally kind and nice, compassionate, and have a big heart, if you play with them, they also have another side to them too, because they have been studying betrayal and darkness and understanding how people operate and how to get close to them to use them for their own benefit. It just takes a level of understanding and years of training. You know what I'm saying? So again, understanding and knowing how to restrict access to yourself. It gets irritating because these people want to get in so bad that they basically copy you every day like you don't see it. You feel me? So when you're not away, you can see who they are when they don't think you around. But when you come around, the whole energy changes. It's like somebody, like the police who do a raid. If you don't know when the raid is going to happen, you be in your natural self. So when they come and knock the door down and they come in, you got shit everywhere. You feel me? Because you weren't prepared. That's the same thing with energy. They don't know, so you can see, if you don't miss it, how they're copying, mimicking, and studying your energy. You know what I'm saying? To try to get that source of energy that they need to feel life inside of them. But again, protect yourself and know who you are. You know what I'm saying? Because these people, again, every day, they spend every second copying, mimicking, trying to do everything that you do. You feel me? To study you, to figure out how the source of your supply, which is what you've been using to fuel a lot of the dark people on the planet, why is it not easily accessible now? What are you doing to where I can get that supply now? Because now that I'm dropped down to zero and I'm very low on energy, my true persona is showing. My true darkness is showing for real. And I'm scared that once people figure out who I really am, I won't be able to hide behind a good mask anymore. You know what I'm saying? Because people are discovering me, and that's just how it happens. That's just how it works. You feel me? It's irritating and frustrating every day because you just want people to just do you. Do you. But again, it's energy. It's a soul. They don't know how to do them because they've been wearing a mask their whole life. You know what I'm saying? So their only natural instinct is to copy everything that you do. Every time you're around, they're so close to your energy because they're trying to figure out a way to connect to it so that they can have a life source and they can go on the rest of the day feeling content in the mask they put on. Because when you was gone, they was their true self. You know what I'm saying? Because again, you got to think, when a person embodies natural, authentic energy, it's only tailored to them. So it doesn't matter who tries to copy it. You can't go and try to be somebody else and duplicate their energy, because what a person feels inside their soul is not something you could talk your way into. You know what I'm saying? Because it's something that's felt. And you know what makes that happen? When you restrict your energy. Meaning, for me personally, I cut off all access to me. You feel me? No conversations. I say to myself. So people are able to differentiate the difference between someone copying energy and someone actually being them. And the mask on that person that they're trying to portray fakes. You feel me? And now you got to be people see your authentic self and they choose to not rock with you anyway. But they're going to be cordial and nice because that's just them. But they're not going to be all up your booty like they probably was in the past. You know what I'm saying? And listen, that lights a torch in people. They don't be understanding. So it's like, how come it's not working? So when you somebody that embody authentic energy, now you see them flock to you. Like, they could be doing their own little thing. As soon as you come around, it's like, you feel me, mount to a goddamn flame. They just come and be around. They try to hang around you, and you got to have sharp boundaries, because if you don't, those people will try to connect their energy to yours and get a natural supply. You know what I'm saying? Don't listen. Absolutely not. This here ain't free. It costs. You feel me? You're going to have to pay for this. So run me my money. You feel me? Because otherwise, access denied. There will be never me pouring into somebody that can't pour back into me. You feel me? I'm an asset. Definitely not a liability. You feel me? So again, if you are a liability, stay with the people who are liabilities. Hopefully y'all get it together. You know what I'm saying? At some point. But the assets need to know that they assets. You need to know that, you feel me, your authentic vibration is what supply a lot of what's going on in the world. But you got to know that about yourself. You feel me? And do whatever it takes to keep studying that. Because I don't care who it is. People may have a connection to you or be blood and feel like they have that same authentic energy, but that's not true. You feel me? They probably only just feel it when they're around you, but when they by themselves, they don't feel that. You know what I'm saying? So you got to know when to protect yourself and do your best to understand you are you. Can't nobody else be you but you. You know what I'm saying? So know that, understand that, and realize and come to terms with you studying yourself and knowing where you have been easily accessible to people. People were easily able to grab onto your energy, usually because it stems from childhood, feeling abandoned. You know what I'm saying? Not feeling loved, wanting attention. So you tend to, you feel me, lower your guard down to get those things, in turn for people who studied people like that to come in and betray you. Now again, everybody's not like that, but that's the dynamic that we were blind to. You know what I'm saying? People that really understand who you are, you feel me, will know who you are, even when you are protecting yourself from, you know what I'm saying, the energy vampires. You know what I'm saying? So again, know and understand that this is chess, not checkers. You know what I'm saying? So listen, if you don't know what it is, I just told you. Please make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe.